Okay, so before I actually start reviewing this movie, I want to give massive props to Dwayne Johnson. I mean, that dude, formerly a wrestler, to this, he's done some good stuff. He saved the Fast and Furious franchise, and now he's like one of the main voices in a Disney animated movie. That is pretty awesome from someone who used to be a wrestler. And the dude gives it his all. You can tell he really wants to be in this role. He really cares about this role, and I just want to give massive props to him for that. Dude has a good singing voice too. But anyway, today, as you can tell, I'm going to be reviewing Moana. Didn't know much about it before I went to see it. I wasn't exactly excited for it. It wasn't one of those Disney films where I was like, yeah, this is going to be awesome. I was just sort of thinking, cool, Disney's got another movie. Guess I'll watch it. And was a very pleasant surprise. It's probably my favourite Disney film of this year. Not counting the Marvel ones, of course, but animated Disney movies, Moana's probably my favourite this year. So I love Zootropolis or Zootopia. I don't know what it's called now. It's got like two different names, and I love Finding Dory. But this one really hit me on an emotional and just more of a sort of personal level. There was nothing in it that made me think, hey, I could really relate to that. But it was just one of those movies where it really sort of it stuck with me since seeing it. So it follows the story of a warrior, a demigod called Maui, played by Dwayne Johnson. Can't give enough props to him for that. And he steals the heart of this island, and he puts sort of the world of Hawaii, where this movie is set, the first one since Lilo and Stitch actually, he puts them all in darkness. And a character who is a princess, obviously, because it's a Disney movie. Her name is Moana, and she's played by a newcomer who has such a good voice. I think she was like 14 when they started filming her lines, and she's like 16 or something now, so she's the youngest person to play a Disney princess. Absolutely brilliant. I want to see more from her. I'm not going to say her name because I can't pronounce it and I'll absolutely destroy it. But she was very, very good in this movie. Has such a powerful singing voice. If that was her actual singing voice, which I'm sure it was, brilliant. You've got a career ahead of you. But anyway, it follows her, and she gets chosen by the ocean to go and recover this sort of heart and find Maui and take it back and replace it to save like the world and her island and whatever from darkness. And it's just a pretty cool movie. I mean, it takes them on this journey across the seas, and I like those sort of movies. High seas adventure, that's what this is. But it's also very funny. It has its emotional moments like most Disney movies. The core of this movie is the heart of this movie. And it's just propelled by these two characters who, they have a lot to do. I mean, Dwayne Johnson, he's done an animated movie before, I think, but it was fucking awful and nobody remembers it. But he had a big task, and he did it so well. There's this song in this film. It's called You're Welcome. And once you hear it, it'll be stuck in your head. It's still stuck in my head now. I was humming it all day. I was going to work yesterday, and I was like singing it to myself. And it was just like, come on, man. This is a Disney movie. Please don't get songs stuck in my head. But it happened, and this is probably going to be one of those new sort of Let It Go, or, I can't think of any other songs that hit on such a big level, but it's going to be another one of those. So look out for that song. It's going to be everywhere. So yeah, and Dwayne Johnson sings it. And at first, I went into this movie and I was thinking, this has got to be a musical because every Disney film now is a musical. But I can't imagine Dwayne Johnson actually singing. And then he does, and I was like, holy crap, he has a bloody amazing voice. And I love that. But yeah, there's also this character. He's a big crab played by Jermaine Clement. It's not really a spoiler. I didn't know he was in the movie, but it's not really a spoiler to say, hey, there's a crab in this movie. But I always get confused between Jermaine Clement and Matt Berry. Anyone else? Is it just me? But yeah, he was probably my favourite character. He's a very minor character, but he's very funny. And that's how I felt about Maui as well. And going into this movie, it was sort of like, hey, this guy's a demigod, he's a shapeshifter. Surely he can just get off this island that he's stranded on. Nope, there's a magic fish hook, and that's what they have to try and retrieve. And that provided a lot of good moments for the movie as well. A lot of the shape-shifting and stuff was quite funny. A few Easter eggs to look out for in those. But yeah, I mean, overall, Moana, it's a very, very good movie. I mean, if I'm going to rank all the animated movies this year, which I will, I'll make a video on actually. So, no, I will make a video. I won't actually spoil what I'm going to put as my number one, but Moana is up there. So look out for that. But yeah, this is one of those movies where you watch it and you sort of think, hey, that was a very good movie. And you think about it more and more and you're like, that was a very good movie. And the more you think about Moana, or the more I think about Moana, the more I really like the movie. And I feel like it is probably the best thing Disney has given us this year in terms of animation. They just keep getting better and better, you know? Zootropolis, Finding Dory, love them both. And then Moana comes out, and it's just like all three together have provided a very, very good year for Disney. And they're still on a roll. I mean, they've got Rogue One coming out in less than 2 weeks, so they're going to be on a massive, huge one. So look out for that. Well, I say look out for that. You don't need to. It's everywhere. But yeah, Disney are doing so well this year. I love this movie. I love the voice acting. Dwayne Johnson has a very good contrast with... I'm not going to try and say her name, but Moana and Maui were two very, very good characters. I really sort of related to Maui and found him quite a funny character. It looks stunning as well. The animation is absolutely amazing. I mean, I was watching it and I was thinking, the backgrounds look almost live action with animated characters. This is so cool. Oh, and another thing about Maui that I really love, he has these tattoos, and they sort of tell a story, but the tattoos are characters in themselves, and I just really like that. And there's even a jab that Maui makes about princess movies, and he's like, hey, you have an animal sidekick and you're a woman, you must be a princess. And it's like, yeah, I get that, because every single Disney princess we've had so far has had an animal sidekick, and she's got this like chicken that's like the stupidest chicken of all time that provides much of the comedy for the movie. But it was just funny. That line really got me, and I thought it was pretty funny. So yeah, definitely check out Moana if you haven't already. I loved it, and it just proves that Disney, they'll keep going and going. I mean, the plot's kind of simple, a bit like Kubo and the Two Strings, but it's just done so well that you will enjoy every moment of Moana if you're a Disney fan. Even if you're not, this is a film for everyone, so check it out. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys soon.